Hey guys, I'm back again, and today's video is going to be a little bit more different. It's no figure inventory, my news video I'm going to make after, but first I want to just get a topic off, like my opinion on this topic that has been going around a lot since, this individual has came back last year in January. So today's topic is going to be on John Cena and the fact that how some people are still complaining about him getting off the TV and Cena sucks and this and that. So if you take a look at John Cena back in like '06 and '07 when he was really getting shoved down our throats, you could see a big difference between then and now. Like, I got a list here, like all the guys that he's beat. I don't need it, but just to show you. But like, so Cena first won the belt from JBL at WrestleMania 21, and then that's the time when SmackDown and Raw were two separate brands. So Cena was still on SmackDown, so he faced JBL again in that I Quit match that everyone remembers. And then he gets traded to Raw, and then he faces Jericho and Christian in the triple threat match. And then you had him face Angle and Kurt Angle, and then Shawn Michaels after that in the three-way match at Taboo Tuesday. So after that, the next pay-per-view was Unforgiven. Yeah, no, it wasn't Unforgiven. It was New Year's Revolution, yeah. And that's when Cena won the Elimination Chamber and he lost then to Edge. So then everyone's okay, finally a change, right? But 1 month later, of course, he loses the belt, and Edge loses the belt, and Cena wins it again at the Royal Rumble. So, No Way Out, of course, was a SmackDown pay-per-view, so he had nothing to do there. And he faces Triple H at WrestleMania 22. And that's, I guess you can say, the whole yeah, boo thing first started, punch, yeah, punch, boo. So that's when that first started, and that's when you knew that something had to, they had to really swing John Cena, like, the other way. They really had to make him, like with the crowd. So I guess his next title reign would try, WWE would try doing that. So they have him face Edge, a long feud with Edge actually, and then Umaga, who's kind of like a top monster heel. They thought he'd have a major baby face against the major heel. That didn't work, but they did put on a good match at the Royal Rumble with the what was it? Last Man Standing match. And then he faced HBK at WrestleMania. I guess that was a match that everyone wanted to see. But it was a good match. I liked it. The match on Raw was, of course, a lot better. WrestleMania quality. And again, but coming from Shawn Michaels, right? That's anything's a 5-star quality match when it comes to Shawn Michaels. And then you had him face Orton, Khali, and Lashley. Khali, I guess you could say, is another one that was like Umaga. You got the monster against the major babyface, and then Lashley was like the upcoming star against Cena, who's been in Lashley's position before. So, and Orton was just another throw-in just to get Cena over, but he never really quite got over, you can say, because every week there will still be boos and whatever. So Cena did not get as over as everyone thought, and then he gets injured at just before No Mercy, so Orton gets the belt. And then I remember, I didn't make videos at the time, but I remember people came on here, they were happy, they were, oh, thank God Cena's injured, immature, but what are you gonna do? People don't care that this guy's out of a job now. He's still loaded, but this guy loves wrestling, and now you guys are happy that he doesn't have a job anymore for an estimated 6 months or something. What was it? 6 months? 6 to 12 months? So yeah. Me personally, I got sick of Cena about the time after he won the belt again against Edge. Yeah, that's about the time I really got sick of him. Like, because between that time, I don't know if you guys remember, he didn't defend the belt from September to about January. Yeah, he didn't defend the belt between that time because he was doing the whole, the Champion of Champions feuding with Big Show and King Booker, and then you had Kevin Federline in there for a while. And then you had the Survivor Series Team Cena versus, I forgot who he was facing. I think it was, but I don't remember that, but. And then, so that's when I really got sick of him. And then another time was just before WrestleMania 23, which is about that time, when he was doing his thing with tagging with Shawn Michaels against Batista and Undertaker. That was the main event for No Way Out, and that was what kind of match is that, right? You don't have any of the titles on the line. Your main event's going to be the opponents at WrestleMania. That's a Raw or SmackDown main event. I would not put that on a No Way Out card. But, that's when No Way Out wasn't that good, so, you could tell how much they improved from now and then. So, back on topic, I guess you can say. Cena's injured. He comes back at the Royal Rumble, wins the Royal Rumble. And now everyone's back on their high horse saying, oh, this is back to old Cena again, back to old Cena again. And I personally thought the same thing. I thought he was going to go to WrestleMania, win, and then have another 6 to 10 month title reign. But that didn't happen. If anything, Cena lost his main spot, and he tried getting it back, which is, I guess you could say a reason he came back early, which is, I think, why Batista's coming back early, like I said in my previous video. So yeah, Cena came back, won the Royal Rumble. He cashes his title match in at No Way Out. He wins the match, but by disqualification, so Orton's still the champion. He goes to WrestleMania, loses, and then that's when you could see the big decline in John Cena. So, and there was the Fatal 4-Way match at Backlash where Triple H won the belt. Cena was, I think, the second one eliminated or the first one eliminated. He got eliminated early, so that was surprising, of course. And then he just, what was next? Judgment Day? Yeah, Judgment Day, he opened the match. He opened the pay-per-view, which a lot of people were shocked about, against JBL's, and he won that match. And then Vengeance, he was, what was Cena doing at Vengeance? Hold on, I forgot he was doing at Vengeance. Yeah, whatever. One Night Stand, Cena beat JBL, and then Vengeance, he won. He lost, sorry. So now it's kind of, you're seeing a really big decline in Cena now, and then, of course, the, what was after that? That's the Great American Bash, when he lost to JBL in the street fight. And that's when he's, like, at the top of his losing streak, because you could see he's lost, 2 pay-per-views already. And he won 2 pay-per-views, and he lost 2 pay-per-views so far. And then after Great American Bash, it was just downhill from there. Because, after Great American Bash, he lost to Batista, and he gets injured again. So now Cena's off TV again. You could tell that was a really big comeback he had, winning 2 out of 6 pay-per-views. Opening one of them, he won that, so... Of course, Cena's not at the top of the whole food chain, I guess you can say. So now, like, Cena's out, he comes back, makes his big return against Chris Jericho, wins the title. And he has a 3-month title reign. And he lost, and what is he doing now, right? He had the rematch and he lost that. There's not much for Cena to do now. Like, now he got the triple threat match, right? Edge and Big Show against Cena. Edge, Big Show, Cena, WrestleMania 25. And that's obviously not the main event, because you can tell the WWE is really focusing on the Triple H Orton storyline to be the main event at WrestleMania, which is actually a surprise, because, 24, of course, he was in the main event. I actually thought the triple threat would be the main event, but Edge and Taker, I guess, took that. So, yeah, so Cena's not, as shoved down our throats as he was before. And of course the fan base is getting bigger and bigger each time he comes out. Like, if you guys pay attention, you're not hearing as much boos as you usually do, which is, I guess, good for him, good for creative, and I guess people just got sick of booing him because they know that WWE's not going to drop him or change his character around just for the older fans, right? Because in reality, like, that's what you guys got to remember, WWE's now PG-13. They don't care about their fans, like, those 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds who used to watch back in the day, who loved the old Attitude Era. They care more about those kids who started watching around WrestleMania 22 and 23, So that's why they got the whole PG-13 thing going on. They don't do anything good anymore. The storyline's actually not bad, like, the HBK Undertaker storyline. That's, I think, the closest that we're going to get back to the old times, because I'm really pumped for that match. And then Orton Triple H, we've seen before, but we haven't seen this Orton in this character, which is, of course, he's at the top of his, like, his career right now, he's at the peak of, like, everything. So, of course, that's going to be a good match. And don't get me wrong, like, you guys probably think, like, I'm a Cena fan or I'm a Cena hater. I don't mind Cena. I'm really neutral on the whole situation. Like,